Now on Denver 7 News at 6, it's not how Broncos fans or Russell Wilson wanted to start the season.
It just didn't go our way.
But he's just getting started.
But guess what? There's 16 more games to go, and there's a lot more football to play.
What the team will be working on this week ahead of their home opener against the Texans.
New at 6, Denver 7 investigates. A Colorado artist shot and killed by Clear Creek police.
I'm not dangerous. I will keep my hands completely visible.
Body camera video and 911 audio is calling into question actions by law enforcement.
Queen Elizabeth in her beloved Scotland for the last time. Mourners lining up to say goodbye. Where she will go next ahead of a massive state funeral.
And Apple is giving you the power to take back your text. The new features you can download right now. Oh, Broncos fans wish they could download a feature to delete last night's
take back
game.
the game. Yeah.
Oh.
It was a little frustrating.
It was tough. Yeah, it was tough. But we're moving on. We're moving forward this morning.
Yes. Jason's not moving on, I think.
No, I'm
yet.
not.
So.
No, you're still on it. Okay.
Well, we'll get to your roads in a minute. Let's start with Lisa. Get some good news in the forecast.
Beautiful day. Still a Bronco sunrise out there.
All right.
A little orange and blue. It's beautiful right now. We are going to see a bright start as you get out the door on this Tuesday morning. Upper 50s by 8. Low 70s by about 10 o'clock. It's going to be another warm one for us today. We will see a little increase in cloud cover here later today, but highs are going to be anywhere from about 85 to, again, near 90 here in town. Denver right around 89, Platteville 90, mid to upper 80s near Aurora, Parker, Highlands Ranch. More 70s for the mountains. So a little increase in cloud cover. It's going to be a little hazy here too. Take a look at some of the wildfire smoke. Coming in from the northwest, we're going to see that start to clear up a bit more tomorrow due to our next cold front. The mountains will pick up. It looks like a few scattered showers today, and then it's going to get a little wet here and quite a bit cooler tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the next 24 to 48 hours on our Super 7 Day coming up.
And unfortunately, we have a problem up to the north and some late construction that we had here on the central part of the drive on that northbound side of I-25 to try to transition, or even southbound to go east I-70 right in here. Take a look from the camera and you see everything is just all bunched up in here. We had late construction. They were actually holding traffic for a while. All lanes are open, but it's going to take some time for all this traffic to start easing up through this little construction zone through here. Take a look at the travel times up to the north side of town, where we have a problem on the southbound side of I-25 right after the Thornton Parkway. Take a look from the camera there on the CDOT camera. You see it looks like there are 1-2 cars here, or is that one trying to get around it? So it looks like maybe it's just one car. Maybe it was a hit and run or just a stall out, but he's obviously blocking up that right lane, and that drive time now heavy from 104th on down to the Thornton Parkway.
It is back to the drawing board for the Broncos. Coach Hackett taking some heat this morning after that disappointing loss, 17-16 in Seattle.
Yeah, this one was tough. We've got the good news, the bad news, and the ugly from last night. We want to start with the highs, though, because no doubt the quarterback play was improved from years past. Russell Wilson, after coming on to Lumen Field to a flurry of boos, hit his stride in the second quarter. Deep pass to Jerry Jeudy, 67 yards for the touchdown. The Seahawks responded, though they took the lead 17-10 at halftime, and then the Broncos seemed to self-implode. 2 fumbles on the goal line by Broncos running backs, and then the call by head coach Nathaniel Hackett that had a lot of people talking. The last seconds of the game takes Wilson out and puts in Brandon McManus, who missed a 64-yard field goal. Would have been a personal record, and he just barely missed it. But here's what Russ had to say about not having the ball in his hands.
I believe in everything, and you know, anytime you can try to find a way to make a play on 4th and 5, that's great too. But also, I don't think it was the wrong decision. You know, I think he can make it. Obviously, in hindsight, you know, we didn't make it. But if we were in that situation again, I wouldn't doubt whatever he decided.
Well, maybe the good news, it is a quick turnaround for the Broncos. Short week after the Monday night game, they get ready for the Texans, who come to Empower Field Sunday.
Well, you can imagine, though, how disappointing the loss was for the fans who went to Seattle, traveling over 1,300 miles, hoping to see Russ beat his old team. Denver 7's Jason Grenauer talked to those fans in Seattle.
You can sum up how a lot of Broncos fans were feeling as they left Lumen Field after that Monday night performance by simply saying, It was sadness, it was frustration, it was disappointment. In some cases, it was even anger for fans who made the trip in from Colorado, who came from this large fan base that the Broncos have here in the Pacific Northwest, all to come to Lumen Field to watch what the Broncos ultimately put out there as a final result. We spoke to Michael from Denver, who probably put it best.
Awful start, terrible penalties. The Broncos did all the things that you're not supposed to do in the first half, like you're just not supposed to do. The false start penalties, turnovers, 2 fumbles on the goal line. Russ looked unsettled. He didn't look comfortable the whole game. Everything was off.
So many fans that we spent the weekend with were excited for this new era of Broncos football, for Russell Wilson's homecoming, for a statement to be made on primetime TV, only to be left with a very bitter pill to swallow. Mike went on to say, yeah, there's some optimism about the future, but man, this one just hurt. Reporting from Seattle, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.
Shake it off, shake it off.
Yeah.
Still 16 games to play. Denver 7 Broncos insider Troy Renck has a full recap of the game from last night and some great analysis there. It's right now on our website, denver7.com.
Today, our Denver 7 investigating team is digging up body camera footage and 911 calls from what's now being called a controversial shooting death involving local police. Our chief investigator, Tony Kovaleski, breaks down what we know so far.
A 22-year-old Colorado artist shot and killed by Clear Creek County Police. This morning, the disturbing video and 911 audio showing the actions by police that some are now questioning. Christian Glass's family wants accountability. They are holding a news conference at 11 a.m. today with their attorneys. Here's the quick backstory. This all happened on June 10th after Glass called police for help with his car. Back then, police justified killing Glass because they said he tried to stab an officer. The family's attorneys say newly released body camera video tells a different story. We do want to warn you, this video is hard to watch.
Are there any weapons that you're aware of?
I have a weapon on me. I will throw them out the window as soon as an officer gets here. I'm not dangerous. I will keep my hands completely visible.
Both cars, be advised, this party is stating that he has weapons in the vehicle with him, 2 knives, a hammer, and a rubber mallet. He did state that he would throw them out of the window as soon as officers got on scene to make you feel safe.
We wanted to stop that video before shots rang out. We also want you to know that the Colorado Bureau of Investigations looked into this incident, and the deputy involved in the shooting was placed on administrative leave while the investigation was going on. We're told he's now back in uniform. We will be at that news conference later this morning, and we will have much more for you tonight on Denver 7 News. Until then, I'm Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski.
This morning, we are still waiting for specific details on a memorial service for the Arvada police officer who was killed in the line of duty on Sunday. Officer Dylan Vakoff was just 27 years old. The Colorado Fallen Hero Foundation is organizing the service, and of course, we'll let you know as soon as we know when that's happening, so you can pay your respects. Meanwhile, investigators released the name of the suspect who killed Officer Vakoff. He was responding to a disturbance call early Sunday morning. When that happened, Sonny Almanza is facing several charges, including first-degree murder.
New this morning, the city of Denver is going to give cash to people in hopes of lifting them out of homelessness. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us live with the reasons behind this program and how it will work.
Yeah, the city is trying out a new plan to help people get off the streets and into housing. So right now what we know is that City Council approved $2 million to help with this. They will be working with the Denver Basic Income Project, and people can get up to $1,000 a month. There are currently 840 people in this program right now, and 140 of them will be given money to help with this new investment. In order to get the money, they cannot have untreated mental health or substance abuse issues. This is all aimed at helping them move into stable housing, provide support so they can stay housed, while also opening up space in shelters. The program will be evaluated to see how this impacts housing outcomes, the use of shelters, and how it helps with mental health. Other cities that have tried this pilot program are seeing positive results. They are seeing more food security and more people getting jobs. So city leaders are really hoping that this will help. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
It's just about 6:10, and as your kids are getting ready for school today, another t-shirt and shorts day. Will be in the 50s this morning, mostly sunny skies, mid to upper 80s by the time they get home. Pretty dry conditions today, also a little hazy. Warm today. Tomorrow's going to be about 10 degrees cooler. We're tracking a cold front, some wet weather. We'll take a closer look at that cooler Wednesday forecast coming up.
And right now we still have this stalled car that's on the southbound side of I-25 right after the Thornton Parkway. So you see the right lane is still blocked. They have it hooked up right now on that tow truck, so they should be pulling out of here in the next few moments, get these folks back in their cars. We should be driving off. So once you get to I-25, you should have a better flow of traffic from 104th on down to 84th. It'll still be crowded, but at least that problem will be gone.
Well, it is mission still not accomplished for NASA. The next attempt now scheduled for its Artemis moon rocket.
A heads up if you use HelloFresh, the health alert now impacting the meal prep service.
And I know last night did not end well for the Broncos, but the journey was pretty fun to watch with Peyton Manning and his brother. I have my favorite moments from ESPN2's Manning Cast last night next.